All right, folks. Give me a few minutes while I get myself together. I just got back from the shop and getting things together. So welcome to the show. Today we're going to be unclogging a couple of vacuums and Shark mostly. And I have a Dyson here that if I have time, we'll get over to it. But it's not a clog. It's more of a, I think it's more of a brush roll issue. All right. Putting on my favorite gloves. I'm putting on my favorite gloves. This time the I should have the affiliate link in the description if you want to pick up these steel gloves. These things are awesome, and I'm gonna keep using them until something better comes along. But most likely the company will just find a way to make a better product. So I might stick with these guys. Okay, but I'm optimistic. Okay, guys. Just allow me to kind of gather myself here while I move some things around. But I do have something for you, though. There's consider this. There's a lot of noise. I heard this on, oh God, who was saying this? What's the guy from Shark Tank? And then he was probably quoting someone else. I think he was quoting Elon Musk or something like that. But they were talking about noise and signal, right? And I really love that the way they put it together, that metaphor there. Noise and signal is like you hear a signal like beep beep, beep. What's this cracking? Beep beep beep. So beep beep. All right, I got it. So you have a signal, right, which is a noise, and then you have noise, which is bzz, everything is like buzzing. And our climate, online, politics, etc., is filled with a whole lot of noise. But you have to now figure out how to tune into the signal, and that by itself is a challenge. So it's not supposed to be easy, right? Good. I'm glad he called me. I'm glad he texted me. All right. So let's see if I can get myself set up here, because I'm going to try to simultaneously, if it works. I don't know if it's going to work. You know what I mean? I'm trying something. I'm trying something different here. All right, give me a second, guys. I know it's like, dude, can you hurry up? It's not working. Hold on, maybe if I close this over here. You know what I'm trying to do? Can I tell you what I'm trying to do for those who are just patient enough to hold on? I am trying to. Let's see if it shows up on my phone. It's not showing up. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm trying to set myself up to shoot my video on 2 different streams. I'm trying something new, man. And when you do that, you're likely to make a mistake. When you do stuff like I do, when we're doing hacks, when we're trying to fix machines, you're likely to make a mistake. That is just the way life is. The option is either I don't do nothing, I stay stagnant, or because let's say you have a problem, right? And you have a problem, you have to find a solution, right? It's like, okay, now I got to find a solution. This is still in my wheelhouse, okay? Just keep it in mind, all right? This is for the people who watch our content, all right? And so you have a problem. Now you can make a decision, or you can stay still and stagnant, okay? The fact is, you have a problem to solve. You're thinking, oh my God, if I make this decision, it might be the wrong move. Okay, well, guess what? If it's a wrong move, then you're gonna have to just correct the move, or you have to make it right, okay? But the worst thing to do is to do nothing, unless it's a strategic move, which is a move, right? If I'm strategically doing nothing, and waiting patiently to see, like, okay, I want to make a move, but I'm going to wait until the right time or when I feel it or whatever it is to make the next move. That's a strategic move. But to just be scared and not do nothing is the worst thing you can do, right? Because if you make a decision and then it's like, oh my God, it didn't quite turn out the way I want, you can then make your decision right again. You can now have an opportunity to make the right decision next, right? So stagnation is just like, it's not good for anybody. It's not good for your job. It's not good for a relationship. You know, it's almost like you're in a relationship with someone and they don't say nothing at all, versus they're angry at you and they're telling you why they're angry. Telling me why you're angry is better for me than if you said nothing at all, because now I don't even know what's going on, and I'm in limbo. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But at least even if you scream, man, you blah blah blah, like a customer comes in, man, you forgot my brush, you didn't give me back my brush, or you sold me this thing and it didn't have the attachment you said it was supposed to have, then I can get the attachment and solve the problem. But if nothing is said, then you don't know how to solve the problem. Anyway, blah, 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 right? so that's my little, I'm dropping that for you. There's a lot of noise, there's signal. Try not to get distracted. Try not to let these people mess you up. But also, don't get to a point where you're so stagnant that you're afraid to make a move and stuff like that. All right. So I make a lot of mistakes on this channel. I make a lot of mistakes with my setup. I got 3 monitors here. I got a big screen TV above me. I got 2 keyboards over here and a computer and speakers and all this other stuff. And sometimes this stuff just go haywire. And you just figure it out. So what I'm going to show you today, guys, is how to look for clogs, and if a clog happens, where do you start first, or what the kind of patience you may have to go through to solve your clog. Okay, so don't panic if you notice that the vacuum is spitting things out and it's not doing its job. There is a systematic way to kind of go through this, and hopefully I'll cover it today. And during the process of this, maybe I drop a little gem or two on you. And I just want to thank everyone that's been kind of hanging with me through the long run. Mr. Vacuums, you are the man. Thank you for your support. Okay, Larry, thanks for your kindness and your guidance. Because a lot of times I get things wrong, and then Larry would tell me, "Hey man, you got to fix this." so just know that I'm not rigid. All right, guys, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. What we're gonna cover right now, we're gonna just kind of mention some housekeeping stuff. Okay. Don't forget that we have a Monroe vacuum shop where you can get parts and supplies, and if there's something not there, I keep instructing people that if it's not there, just make sure that you just contact me, send an email or something like that, and I'll see what I can do to get it on there. Okay. And also we have some shirts, and just pick something up, support the channel if you like. I would love for you to, but I'll be honest with you, taking a view, hitting a like, sharing it is a great support too. So thanks for that. Okay. Hopefully I have something that you would like. All right, so now we're going to try to get to some of the comments, and then we're going to move on into the main topic, okay, which is unclogging sharks. And then I'm going to see if I have enough time to look at this. Actually, you know what? I have 3 sharks. Where's the other one? I have 3 sharks. One of them, the nozzle is, the hose at the bottom of the nozzle is ripped. And I might be able to show you guys how to do that today. I bought it in from my car. I don't know what the hell is going on where I placed it. All right, but we're at least gonna deal with what the title of the video says, which is the clogs. All right, and some of the tools you can use. All right, so let's see some of these comments. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Let's move this out the way. What is this? Okay, so this is about what was I talking about here? The Bissell Revolution. The Bissell Revolution, replacing the lower. Oh, look at that! Is that amazing? Replacing the lower hose in the Bissell Revolution. All right, so that's what this particular comment was about. It says I had one for 10 years, and the only thing I had to replace was a solution tank and the front floor nozzle assembly, and it worked great. I used it a week ago. Everything's fine. Went to use it yesterday, and no suction. Ooh, let's see what happened at the front nozzle. But suction under the but there's suction under the collection tank. Okay, I know what he's saying. All right, turned it over. There was a big hole in the lower hose. Whoa, a mouse had chewed through the hose and was living inside of it. Holy cow. But it didn't survive. The machine's been being on for several minutes while it was trying to figure it out. Okay, looked like it suffocated. Okay. Wow, man, that's crazy. So you had a mouse living in the hose. Dude, I'm sorry I'm even giggling about this, because you know, when you're from New York or stuff like that, there's a bunch of stuff that happens, like roach somewhere, mouse somewhere. Okay, I used to live in a building that the power went out, and then for 6 months we had an infestation of mice and roaches, and so I'm not laughing at you. I just realized I'm just remembering. But I do have a video on my site, on the YouTube, my YouTube channel. If you go into Bissell Tips, you'll find a video about accessing that lower hose. Okay, I'm not going to tell you that it's easy to find. You may have to go online on eBay or something like that to find it, but it is available. Okay, all right. Let's go next. Okay, what is next? Okay, I lost the lower piece adapter thing. Does anyone know what it's called or where I can find? Okay, I think I tried to answer this one. Okay, I think the adapter thing that person is talking about, what is that? Lazy as N001. Lazy as N. Okay, anyway. Cool name. I don't know what it means. You're probably talking about the coupler, right, which is attached to the pump. Do I have one around here? It's a tiny little circular thing. Just imagine a tiny version of this, okay? And it's between the pump and the shaft. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so this, you may have to. It's not for sale. You have to kind of buy the whole setup in order for you to get that little piece. Unless, again, someone is online selling used pieces. But it's a tiny little piece like this, and it's like, it has a half moon shape, kind of cutout that a part of the pump have to insert into for everything else to work. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you can find it. You know what? Lazy as N001. Contact me, okay, at the shop or on email on my website, monroevacuums.com. I may have one of those things around, and if I do, I'll be more than happy to ship it out to you, okay? All right, next up. Okay, there you go. Hi there. So I replaced the brush assembly, but the belt on the shaft and the brushes turn when sitting upright without releasing the foot. Interesting. Okay. No, actually, you know what? No, it does that. I'll be honest with you. That it's going to do that. If you have the Bissell Revolution and it's standing upright, it will just keep turning. They have these little sliders and things like that, but I'll be honest with you, that's not really affecting much. Okay, but you know. But anyway, let's keep going. So when I let it down, clean the foot pedal, they stop spinning and then it starts. Okay, so what you may need to do with this one is change your pump belt. Change like the belt that goes from the brush motor to the shaft. Okay, would that have the yellow ball? You may have to change that. So just changing the geared belt, you know, the brush, that goes from the shaft to the first belt, the first brush, that little mini belt, that's fine. But then you should also change that pump belt, even if it's not broken, okay? Because it could be slick, it could have stretched out. Remember, look, keep in mind, right? Let me see. Okay. Keep in mind that, okay, I'm gonna use this as an example too. Okay, here we go. Keep in mind that the geared belts that look like this, okay, they don't stretch. Okay, they don't stretch. Okay, they just snap, or if the brush sees up, then it'll like eat out the gear, the little teeth here, right? But a regular flat belt, okay, I'm using an electrical tape as my illustration. All right, a regular flat belt. Okay, let me see. Let me start this on the other end, because I'm doing two different things here, and I hope it works. If it does, fantastic. Okay, and those guys will be joining us. Those guys will be joining us now. Okay, so you know, welcome. We're doing two simultaneous casts right here. So what we're talking about is the difference between a geared belt like this, okay, and a flat belt. Now the geared belt don't break due to, let's say, stretching, okay, because they don't stretch. The geared belt doesn't stretch. What stretches is the flat belts. So if you have a Bissell Revolution and it's smoking every time you hit the carpet, most likely that belt, it's been sitting like this for, like, let's say you had it for 6 months, right? Hold on, let's put this back together. My illustration is coming apart. Give me a second. All right. So let's say it's been sitting like this for 6 months. Okay. Any rubber that stays in this position for that long is going to lose its last elasticity. I said it right. Okay. It's not going to be as, it's just not going to be the same. Okay. And the same thing goes for regular vacuums. Okay. So even though the belt's not broken, change it out. Okay. Because that might be causing a problem. Fair enough? Okay. Good. Let's move on. All right. And I think I have one more comment I wanted to look at. Let me see if this. Oh wow, the person commented again. All right, here we go. So what if the brush turns when the upright, without releasing the pedal with the foot, but once it's released and starts cleaning, then it stops and it's burning while, okay, that means, yeah, it's the same issue I'm talking about here. You have to change out that flat belt. Okay, so all right, so guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, let's get on to this machine. Okay, so now your vacuum is clogged. What can be causing the clog? Look at this. I just saw something that I didn't. I'm gonna save that for the second part of the show. But for the first part, let me deal with this. For the first part, I'm gonna deal with this. So what I have here is a Shark Portable. Okay, one of these bad boys here, and it's clogged. So how do you start diagnosing the clog? What do you go first? Well, the first thing you do is you go to the base. You go back to the beginning. Okay, the beginning of these things. Okay, let's put this down. All right, the beginning is right here. Okay, so if you turn this on, and let's give it some power. This is cordless, and if you feel suction here, all right. Still, the suction is not that strong. Let's find out why the suction is not that strong. I'm not detouring. I'm just handling this as it's coming. But right now the suction is. It may be the way it is. Hold on. Maybe I gotta pull this little trigger here. I think this little trigger is what increases the power. Let's try this. Right, ready? Trigger. Okay. Haven't used one of these in a while, so the trigger increased the power. Okay. So now the next thing you do, well, first before we go any further, let's check the filters, okay? Because sometimes your suction is because your filter is messed up, right? So let's do this. Let's check the filter. Okay. Now in the sharks, the filters, a lot of them they have sponge filters, but the mesh filter, a lot of people ignore these mesh filters and they get tangled up with. You know what? Let me change this. Let me go to the overhead cam for the. I have two feeds going on. Both of these are on YouTube. One is the vertical, and the other is the regular feed. If you want to, you can go to my YouTube page and find the overhead, because I'm going to do the overhead cam now for everyone else. And the vertical is really just going to be us here, me and you guys. All right, cool. All right. Hey, this is what's happening. Hey, hey, hey. All right, nice to meet you guys. Say what's up. Okay. All right. So now, let's see what's happening. The vertical line. All right. so let's take this thing apart, man. Let's see what's happening. Let's check the sponge. Let's see if this one has a sponge filter. Okay, I think it should though. It should have a sponge filter. Let's see. Press this little button here. It does have a sponge filter. Okay. All right. So the sponge filter is fine. Okay. You know, I'm gonna not really. I'm gonna vacuum this real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna vacuum this. Just gonna kind of get, where's my little duster? Get my duster tool. All right. Okay, so we cleaned it out. Looks good. Okay. I'm gonna put this back in, but I doubt that would affect the suction to a point where it feels clogged. Okay. So we're gonna go further down. All right, guys. So let's keep going. Okay, and all we're doing, folks, is that we're just taking our time and working our way down. But we do start at the base. Like you have a problem, let's start at the beginning. Where did this problem start? Next up, you disassemble. Now you see I have both the nozzle, okay, and I have the wand, okay. So I'm looking through, and I'll be honest with you, if you can see through here, okay, right? You see that? You can see right. If you can see clearly through, right? Let me see. Can you see clearly through? I don't know. Yeah, there you go. You can see clearly through. This is not going to be a problem, right? So that this is fine. Okay, so this is fine. All right. So obviously the problem then, guys, is over here. I have one more vacuum I'm going to look at for this particular issue, like a it's an upright for suction, but this is the process you do. You start at the beginning. I'm going to show you the same method with that one. You start at the beginning and you move your way forward, okay? All right. So, now what do you do? Holy cow. I think I know what the problem is. Okay? There's supposed to be a hole here. You see this entrance? It's clogged up. For the rest of the folks, you see that white stuff right there? It's clogged up. So, how do you unclog this? Easy. You get a screwdriver. You get needle nose pliers. You get you can get this. I'll tell you this. This has been my favorite thing. A wand like this has been my best friend when it comes to unclogging vacuums. This simple little thing right here. You'd be surprised. Now I have something else I use, but I don't think I need to use it here. But I will show it to you for those who just passing by and you're not stopping to hang out for a little bit. Let me give this to you if you have to go. Okay? Let me give you what I use to unclog vacuums. That, let's say for example, it was in a. Nah, you're gonna have to wait. Sorry, because you know why? Because the place that I want to show it to you is actually in the upright, and I don't want to give this away yet. Okay, so give me a second. All right. So what do you do? Okay, so one of the things you can do, if you notice what they do, they give you an access. They give you like an access part here where you can open this up and see if there's anything inside. So why don't we use advantage? Let's take advantage of what they've given us, and let's try that. Okay. All right. Get a flathead screwdriver or a quarter. Let's unlock this. Lock the other one. Lock the other one. Unlock. All right. Pop it up here. Let me see if I can see anyone. I gotta do this here. Look like that's old. Oh man, I tell you, man, I got. I'll change my glasses, Joe. Let me see if I can see anybody here. What are you saying? All right. New sub today. Hey, Dylan. Is that Delaney? Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Take a look at this. Woo. Now this will definitely clog you up. And I'm glad I have my gloves on. These guys, I swear, you guys better find a way to get a hold of me. You people here. Because I used to do these things without my gloves. Because the other gloves used to break right in the middle of me doing it. And these are the only gloves that don't just snap because of a little thing, okay? Sometimes I'm putting my gloves on, that thing breaks while I'm pulling it on because I have big hands. I got gigantic hands, all right? All right, so here we go, guys. Okay. Here we go. I'm using this little flathead. I'm just scraping this stuff out of here. Nothing special. Okay, I got a garbage can down here, and I'm just, look at that. Look at that. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to see if there's anything further in. Okay? All right, but I'm going to scrape this other stuff out of here. Okay? The reason why you got to unclog these things, guys, if you the moment you start seeing that these machines are spitting stuff out, just know that the next thing to go is going to be a motor. You see what I'm doing? I'm just using a rod. I got this from Lowe's, okay? This little skinny little rod here. I don't know. It cost me, I don't know, $4, $3. And I just have it around because I know I'm going to need it sometime. So you guys can use stuff like this, all right? Don't strain your brain. This is simple. All right? Okay, good. Simple enough. All right? Now, if you want to get inside of this, if you have to go in and mess with motors and stuff, we have other videos. I have other videos on the site. But most of these machines use like a torque screw, like a, what is this? It looks like a T10. It looks like a T10. Where are my screws at? This looks like a T10, like a torque screw, and and they come with the security. So a regular torque screw won't work. In other words, the ones that are flat, that don't have the hole in the middle, won't do the job. You need the ones like this to have like a little mini hole right in the middle. Okay, let me see. I can. Yeah, the camera sucks. Okay, like that. Okay, all right, okay. So this, what is it? This is a T15. It feels like a 15. Yep, it is a 15. I need a T10. Don't tell me this is a 15 and I was wrong. No, this wasn't a 10. This got to be an 8. I need a 10. I need a 10. I'm not going to open this up because it's really just for the clog, but I just want to make sure. Yep, here it is. What number is this? A T10. Coño, look at that. Look at that. If anybody could see this, it's a T10. Okay? Where is it at? It's a T. It's probably hard to see, but it's a T10. All right. So most of these little mini heads, they use T10s. Okay, just so you can, if you need to open it up, and I don't know, clean. Let's say sometimes you just want to clean this. You know what? This pisses me off, though. I'll be honest with you. If I just want to clean this part right here, dude, I have to take out the entire. I have to remove the nozzle, man, just to get to. You know, now there's a way to do it, and I'm gonna show you a way to do it. I know we're supposed to be talking about clogs, but let me show you a way I do it. instead of going in and do the nozzle, because this can help somebody. Today is hack day, right? I don't have that many hacks for you, but I do have something to share with you that I like. Where's my spray? Where's my spray? Where's my spray? Ay, caramba. All right, so look. This is what you do. This is what you do. Get a rag or a scouring pad or something that is stronger than paper towel, okay? All right? Do all of your spraying. You know, like spray the whole thing down, right? With your solution. If you guys will give me a second, man, I'm going to give it a try. Oh, I found something. Wait. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Wait for me, okay? All right. Let me show you what to do. Okay? Let me show you exactly what to do. So you get your stuff. Now this is the bad thing to use. You don't want to use this, but you want to use something tough that can withstand what I'm about to show you. So what you do, you spray it down, right? You go inside, you spray it down. Normally I like to use a toothbrush for stuff like this, but it's so tight that you can't get in there, okay? All right, so you spray it down. Then you get your you get like about this much of the thing that you're using, just enough to stick it in and just have it go around in circles, bro. You see what I just did there? Look at this nasty stuff that just came out just by that alone. Okay? It looks worse without the light. it looks worse without the light. But that's what you do. And then you just keep doing it over and over again on a cleaner edge. Let me go on the other side. And just spin it. And you get to clean it that way. I just hate the fact that if I want to do a real serious deep cleaning, that I have to take the whole head apart. You know? So you can do this. Don't throw this stuff in water, man. I saw some people on TikTok dumping this stuff in water. I'm like, what are you people doing? Don't you know there's a motor in this thing? And someone's going to go follow them and try it and mess up their machine. Okay? Now here we go. So I don't know if you saw what it looked like before, but that's what it looks like now. Is that cool? All right, that was good. If all you got out of this was that, it was worth it. It was worth your couple of minutes hanging out with me, okay? Come on, that was good. So we solved the clog problem with this, and then I suggest just, clean this up a little bit, It can't hurt, man. It won't hurt just to do it. But I'll put this to the side because I don't have time to do this right now because I have another one to get to. Next up, folks. Next up. Okay. This one is for my. This one's for the people that hang out with me. Okay. Look. There are times in my videos I may veer off and I may talk about something that might be bugging because I have friends that come to the shop. They're friends now because they were customers at one point and we hit it off, and we don't all agree on different things that's going on, society, work, it doesn't matter, immigration, etc. But we still talk. We're friends. Do not allow the noise and these people to have you hating your family members and your friends because you guys had different beliefs, okay? Because you see things differently. Because at the end of the day, the people that see things, they still want a better life. They still want people to be happy. They still want, they're good people for the most part, right? A lot of them are very hateful though. Damn. But for the most part, most people really are kind and they want people to have good things. Do not allow these people to separate you from your friends and family just because you have different political views or social views or stuff like that, man. They're not evil because they support a particular candidate. They're not evil because they think the border should be secure or the border should be open. right? They may just have a difference in the way they look at and things, and sometimes people don't map out their thoughts all the way out. Like map it all the way out. Okay, it's like it's good like teenagers see today. They see today. I deal with two of them. They only see right now. And you may be looking at the entire picture and you're like, if you map this out all the way, where do you think we're heading if we keep on this road? So a lot of us think like that, and that's just human. So all right, I'm done with that part. All right. Okay, here we go. So now we have it upright. Okay, so what the hell, man? Why is this thing? What's the suction? Let me plug it in and let's see what sound we hear, because a lot of the times these uprights, especially sharks, they'll give out like a wailing pitch and let you know that there's a clog, which you have to give Shark big up for that. I think Dyson have the same thing. They have a spring-loaded mechanism inside the motor compartment. Actually, on this one, it's right here. Okay, and for those who can't see it on the other side, there's this little hole right here. Okay, and the moment the machine detects a clog, it's not even a sensor. It's not like an electric sensor. It's just it's the suction strain on the compartment will force the spring to, because it's, or either is something like that, because the suction is pulling. Anyway, has to do with something like that. I'm trying to explain the damn thing. I'm not doing a good job. You need to talk to Gemini, Chat, or Grok or something like that, and they'll explain it to you, okay? But I'm not doing a good job explaining that part. But it's a spring-loaded mechanical sensor, analog sensor. How's that one? Let me plug this in. Who's that? Hey, is this what you do for a living? Oh, Delaney Ramirez. You know what? It's related to what I do. I run a business. I run a business where we do service, and we sell machines. And at first, it was just to, and sorry for everyone who's like, what the hell, man? Let's get to the thing. But allow me to answer this question, okay? It started as just a way to promote my business, all right? And then I went from there to, I actually enjoy the teaching process of stuff like this. I used to have a sales company where every morning I would do sales clinics, and I had to teach people how to close sales and how to get into homes, how to knock doors and get into homes and all that stuff. I did it for many years. And then I decided to open my business, and that stuck with me. And all of a sudden, I'm doing this. So, anyway, hope that answers your question. All right, let's try this. Okay, let's see what we got, man. Let's turn this on and see if there's a noise. Okay, on and on. No. Okay. I don't hear a noise, but guess what? I also don't see any airflow here either. I don't see airflow inside the if I turn this on again, there's nothing spinning around in the hose. But here's where I think the clog is. I'm gonna tell you how you can figure it out. Watch my magic. Okay, you ready? I turned the machine on, and instantly this hose retracted. It got like this, like ah! Right, watch this. Oh man, you can't even see it from your angle. I feel it though. I have a feeling it's somewhere down the wand somewhere. And this is how you could check. You ready? We're gonna take this. We're gonna start at the base. The base would be, honestly, the base is to take off the bin. Okay, we're gonna clean this. Yucko, right? We're gonna clean this out. We're gonna vacuum this. Give me a second. That's the first thing. Okay, let's vacuum this. Okay. All right, we're gonna vacuum this. All right, this is good. Next thing, I'm gonna check the filter inside the bin, because that little filter right there, that will get caught up with hair and all that stuff, and then that could also be the reason for the clog. And you have to get your dog hairs and your human hair and all that stuff out of there. This bin is fine. It might be dirty, but it's fine. Okay. So far so good. Now I'm gonna put this back. Oh, I got one more. I'm gonna clean. Let me clean this one. Let's not take it for granted. Okay, so this guy gets cleaned. Fantastic. All right. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. Thanks for supporting, and thanks for the new subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So next, where do we go? Well, let's go with the hose. All right, I'm gonna take the hose apart, and I'm gonna test the suction right here. Okay, turn it on. Oh, damn! You're gonna suck my hand in, man. It suck my hand. Okay, so we got good suction here. All right, what's next? All right, let's reconnect this. Okay, and we're gonna check up here. Now, the reason I'm doing this, some of you might just go straight to you might skip all these steps, but just get what I'm trying to do is eliminate any possibility. Okay, you know what I mean? Like beyond reasonable doubt. That's what I'm trying to do. So let's release the handle. I wonder if I could do this in. I don't think I need the overhead cam for this for the other channel. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Let me do the main one because I think the main one is better. My apologies if I kept you in the dark for so long. All right, here we go. All right, so let's release this handle, okay? And let's check the suction here. You ready? Turn it on. Okay. See that? It can hang. It can hang. Okay. It's not letting me go. Damn, these sharks are not bad, man. What the hell? It could be because of this. It could be the plastic, the latex. Man, damn, this needs to be fixed, man. Take a look at this. Oh my gosh. Look, let me show you. There's a crack right below the on and off button. Is that something? You know what's funny? You know what's funny is I think I know how to fix this too. Yep, I know how to fix this. I might do something to fix this with you guys today if I have enough time. I'm gonna show you what I do to fix stuff like this. Just in case you guys may have a problem with this. It's not foolproof. It's kind of foolproof, but anyway, I'll let me put this to the side. Okay? Holy cow. Yeah. After a while, a lot of these machines, Dysons also, they get brittle, and the littlest thing can crack it. So don't feel bad, and especially if, let's say, you're borrowing someone's machine. You know, it always happens when you borrow somebody's machine and it breaks. Okay. All right. So now, next up, the wand. Okay. Let's see if we have a problem the moment we turn it on with the wand. You ready? Remember what I did to my glove? I'm going to show you what I did to my glove. Hold on. I think this power switch needs to change too, man. This power switch is too hard to it's too hard to click back and forth. The power switch feels like it's going is going. But let me turn it on. Let me give you what I'm talking about again. See that? Okay. See now, I'm fighting. I'm fighting. Shit, I'm fighting to turn this thing off. This switch is going bad. Holy cow, that's a whole nother issue. Oh, man. You know what it is? You see, you know what I feel right now? You know when somebody brings a car to an auto mechanic, okay? And then they're like, hey, guess what? Your, your transmission is also going. And you're like, oh, what the hell, bro? You're just trying to jack up the price. And it's like, it's weird when you run into this because now you have to, you don't want to seem like you're coming up with a fake problem. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. If you look at this, I could turn it on, but I gotta press it real hard. You know, I wonder if it's dirty or something. I'm gonna try to clean this part because I see some dirt caked up in here. Nah. See, it takes a lot for me to get it to go to off. I can imagine what they're going through. Yeah, man, this is on its way out. This guy is on his way out. Okay, all right. Guess where our problem is, guys? Ay, carajo. Sorry about that, guys. I grew up around a lot of Puerto Ricans, so I learned all their little cuss words. So I don't. Oh my gosh. All right. So here we go. So this is the problem. We can't see through. Take a look. Take a look at that. Take a look at the stuff. You can see there's something inside of there. You see that? All right. So I'm going to use our trusty little rod that we got from Lowe's, and I'm going to jam this thing straight down in here. Okay. Now, if you use it, if this is a hose, be careful not to do this. Let me tell you why. If it's a hose that you have, right, and let's say the clog is inside the hose, a lot of the times the clog is a toothpick, a needle, something that got wedged. What it is that something got wedged in between here, like this, like on this angle. It could be something, something you picked up, and it went through, made all the little noise, went through here, and it got stuck here, like on this angle here, like that, or something like that. And then if you jam through it, you're gonna poke a hole through your hose. Okay? So that's where the other tool I was telling you about would come in. So let's see if I can find that, okay? Are you ready? All right. This is a plumber's tool. It's a plumber's tool. Look. I've committed to giving away all my little mini secrets here. The moment I started making these videos, I am giving away the little secrets here, because guess what I kind of banked? I banked on the fact that not everyone is even going to want to do their own stuff. But the greater good is that there's a lot of people that are trying to save money, or they're stuck in an area that don't have one of these repair shops. And how selfish would it be for me to just not share it because, well, I want you to come to me. I don't want to give it to you. If you're all the way in California, bro, you're not coming to me in Monroe, North Carolina. Come on. So don't worry about it. So here you go. So instead of jamming it, which this will work, okay, I'm going to show you what I use also alternatively, is I would use this little wind-up tool here. See at the end it has a little hook. Okay, and I will put it in and jam it in. Sometimes I'll get my son to kind of be there with me and hold it, or I'll have him squeeze the trigger. Okay, and if you notice, one end has the the twirl hook, and the other end, let me undo it. The other end looks like this, and you just put it in your drill. And guess what? You can just use it for plumbing. It's really for plumbing. So just maybe this is today's hack. So it's really for plumbing. All right. So let's do this. So it's spinning like this. Now here's a problem. You have to be careful. Damn, I didn't realize my eyes be popping open that big. When you pull it out, it's gonna want to unwind. So be careful you don't get dirt like flapping you in your face, like because you're quickly going like this, and then it's dying to go back the other way. And the moment you pull it out, it's gonna go, and it can throw dust everywhere. So, so what do you do, right? Hold on. Okay. Now, look at it. It made its way through the whole thing, right? I'm going to start pulling it down because whatever it is might not be that thing. Here we go. We're pulling it out. Okay, just a little bit of hair right now. There's more in there. Golly. Whatever this is. Looks like a creature, right? Okay. All right, let's go again. See that? What I tell you that would start something like this? I tell you, it's always something sharp. It's always something that shouldn't have been vacuumed up in the first place it'll get wedged, and then everything else behind it will back up. Okay? Let's do it again. I thought it was a sock at first, I'll be honest with you. Ooh, yuck, yuck, yuck. See all that? There's still more. Golly. Damn. It's a good thing I got my gloves. Whoa. All right, man, we're still going. And look at this. Okay? So we've been picking up like wood chips and because if it was like a sock or piece of clothing, normally it would have already come out already, like a big whole piece of sock. All right, I think that did it. I think that did it. Let me just shove this through and see if we can get anything else out. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So, it's safe to say that we probably solved our clog problem, right? Well, we'll check it and see. Okay. Let's see if we solved the clog problem. You see, I'm just talking like straining. Let's see if we start the barber. Pick this damn thing up. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so I'm going to take all of this crap. I mean, look. It's a handful of stuff that was just in there. I'm going to take all of this. And we're going to vacuum up. This is not the ideal mat to vacuum things up. Let me switch to the overhead cam for the rest of the folks. I think you guys can still see it if you're on the vertical. Okay, and we're gonna vacuum this up real quick. But what we're looking for is airflow inside the bin, right? Because we still may have a clog down here. We don't know yet. Okay, let's turn it on. We have airflow. Clean it up. I don't have the brush on right now because I don't want it beating up against my my mat. What do you think? Let's see. Come on. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Look at this. Remember what I told you that stuff can get in the filter? Let me change the scenery for the other one. Give me a second. Okay. Look. See that? That's how fast these filters here. I got my gloves. See that? There was some more. There was some more. I mean, I took a lot out and I threw it in the trash, and there was more in there. All right. Let me just dump it all in the trash, man. I don't want to be messing with this anymore. Okay. Now we're gonna try it one more time. Let's make sure everything got cleared out. But that's how you systematically, guys, kind of knock this out. Okay. Hold on. Let me turn it on again. There you go. We got airflow. We got stuff. We got some life happening here. Let me turn it on again. All right, we got both. Now, I don't know, man. Am I sold? I don't know if I'm sold yet. I'm gonna take this head off, and I want to peek inside there, and I'm gonna test it again one more time, okay? But what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna. Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna do everything. I'm just gonna test the wand, and then I'm gonna go all the way down here and see what's going on. Let's turn on the wand. Okay. Good. Fantastic. All right. And then right below, on this particular model, the next opening is really this slot right here. And I'll give me a second. Don't worry, I got this under control. I'm trying this for the first time, guys. I'm seeing how this works, how I can divide my attention here. Let's see how the suction is at this point. Turn it on. Okay. Okay. That means we're good. I just looked in. I mean, this is very short right here, so I just peeked in here. There's nothing in there. We fixed this problem, but there is another problem. How much time we have here? Man, I got 1 minute. God, can I show you how to do this in 1 minute? How would you fix this crack, right? If it happened to your vacuum? Okay, well, you could tape it up. You could. That's easy, right? You can tape it up, but if you really want to get creative, hang out with me for a few more minutes, and I'll show you. Because if you really want to get creative, I got an answer for you. And let me see. Let's see if I have it. Okay? You'd be surprised how many things this fixes, man. You think that it's only those guys. Shit. You think it's only the guys at the auto dealer that can benefit from this. No, 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 no. People at home can benefit from this hack. Okay? I got one more thing for you. It's not normal. It's not something you do every day. I'm looking for a plastic cover to do what I need to do here. Golly. I don't have a plastic cover. Actually, I do. I have something. Okay, I have something. I have this. Watch this. Watch what I'm going to do. Okay. So I got some of this. Okay? And I got some of this. Okay? And you need a spatula. So what do you do if you don't have a spatula, right? You get creative. You get creative. I mean, you can use the end of something like this. I don't want to do this though. Or you can get a pencil, you can get a ruler, Or you can get one of these. Hey, you can get one of these bad boys. All right. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let me show you how to fix something like that, real quick. Okay. Before I get out of here, because we found a problem while you guys and do this with a glove and preferably with a mask. Okay. We'll put a little bit of this stuff on there. Okay. Now, before I do this, I want to position myself because it hardens very fast. Okay. So let me get this out the way. Guys, listen, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for our new subscribers, Delaney. I think it's Delaney. Am I saying that right, Delaney? Let me know if I'm saying it right. Carlos! Yo! What's up, bro? Carlos. Man, listen, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for tuning in every week. You are awesome. Okay? Alright. Let me unplug this. So let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to take this off because I want at least the amount of stuff in my way as possible. So I'm going to take the body off. I'm going to take the handle off. I don't need nothing in my way right now. I'm going to take the hose off. Right? Because it's going to be hard for me to maneuver with all this stuff in my way. I'm going to take the bin off. I just want things out the way. So all I have right now is just the body to work with, okay? Right here. Okay? So now what I'm going to do my best to place this thing where it's supposed to be. The only thing I have to be careful of is not to mess up the seam right here, because to get in here to change this switch, if I need to change the switch, you're going to need the seam here to remain intact. Okay? You don't want to cover over the seam, so I'm only going to be working from back here. But that should be enough, okay? All right, let's see what we got cooking. Now, it looks like it goes like this. Now, let me make sure there's no another piece hanging out that's not supposed to be there, right? Okay. Look like we're fine. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, you ready? Okay. All right, here we go. So now look at how it's shaped. It's kind of cut this way, so I'm going to have to end up like inserting a part first. Yeah, it's weird. It's going to be a weird thing to do. And I may have to use tape. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use tape. Hold on. Yeah. Come on. I may have to use tape. Only to hold it in place in a spot so I can seal it up. Yeah, look at that. It's falling in. It's falling in. Okay. So I think the tape is going to be necessary. Okay, I see the queen. I see this side here. But that's not the side that's got to go in first. See that? Okay, I got to use tape. Where's my tape? Hi. Okay, I got some heat tape here. I can use this. I only need the tape to hold it up. The tape is not going to seal it up for me. The tape is only used to hold it in place. Okay? And then I can always remove the tape later. Now watch this. It's a little hack. Somebody might benefit from this. Stay positive. Okay. All right. Come on, buddy. Now, some of you are better craft people than me, and you already have an answer already. You're like, Wayne, you should have just, do it this way. But I'm just trying to get this up here. So now, all I'm trying to do, guys, is to get this guy inside of here. Okay, to sit. Here we go. And then the tape is going to hold him in place while I work my magic with the other stuff, okay? Ay, caramba, man. What the hell, bro? Why is this thing not acting right? Okay. Ay, it's still broken. Okay. So, And I may have to put a sponge or something underneath and then take the sponge out later. You know what? You know what? Let me shave this down. I'm gonna shave this down. Let me get my Dremel. Let me get my Dremel, and then, because this guy wants to be stubborn, nah, he don't know who he's messing with. He don't know who he's messing with. All right. I don't play games like that. Okay. Okay. So the Dremel's gonna allow me to just rest it, because it's kind of cut in a weird way, the way it broke, and like a piece needs to be inside, and I don't want to keep fighting it to stay inside. So what I'm gonna end up doing is shaving it down so it fits perfectly in this section, and then I'll just put the tape to hold it up. Now, if I did it from the inside, it would be better, but I don't want to open the whole thing right now to do this fix. I just want to give you an idea of what to do, okay? Shite. Okay. Yeah, I don't feel like putting any padding inside this thing. If you put something like if you put something inside, it'll hold it up, but then you're gonna have to go in there and get it. You don't want it rattling around in there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think I got it. I'm sorry you have to wait so long to see me solve this problem, but what it is that's how we solve problems, guys. We just have to keep at it and be patient. And those who are not patient, they lose. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Okay, here we go. We'll start here. Okay, we'll start here. Okay, we'll start here. There it is. We'll start right there. How's that? Oh shit, you can't even see it properly. Okay, now that's the start. Okay, now you do your mixture. Okay, I know not everyone stuck around. I know some people left, but it's okay. If you're just coming right now, at least you're gonna see what I'm doing. So I'm mixing this thing right now. I put the Bondo, and I have the hardener. And all I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna try to avoid covering that area. I just tried to touch it just now. I'm gonna try to avoid covering that area. Cause it's gonna dry like super fast, guys. Like less than 5 minutes. It'll dry. Alright. Now this is all cosmetic. If it's not affecting the machine, you don't worry about it too much. I just wanted to show you guys, just in case somebody had an issue and they wanted to solve it. Now, what's good about this thing is that you can, while it's still wet, you can kind of move it around. You can carve it out. And even after it's wet, you can use a Dremel or something. After it dries, you can use a Dremel to straighten it out. See, it's already drying. Look at this. Look how fast it's drying already. See, I can't even smear it around anymore. It's like putty now. See that? It's like putty. You know what's funny? This could have been the thing I put oh shoot, that would have been nice. This could have been what I put inside the damn, that would have been better. Right? That would have been better, right? If I had hardened this and attached it to the bottom of that thing and then stuff it in there, it would have kept it up so I can cover this up. Shite. Now, what you would do with this, guys, it's fine. You learn as you go. What you would do with this is sand this down. And if you want to get a spray paint over it, and you would never know. Okay? You would just, right now I can't do it. I'm not going to hang around long enough to do it because it's time to go. But as you can see, I'm starting to kind of I can kind of sand it. It still needs more time to dry, but it's the same way to repair car doors and dents and stuff like that. You use the same material. I've used this on one of my doors. We accidentally like hit the door, and I was like, oh God, man, I have to buy a whole new door for this tiny hole. And I just used one of these things, and I did that. I took care of it. I painted over it, and no one even knows there was a hole in the door. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do with this, and then sand it down and paint it, and voila, covered up my patch. All right, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with me today. Thanks for putting up with all my my delays. And then we'll see you another time. You guys are the best. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. Next time. All right? And you guys get an exit. You get to do my exit. I'll see you later. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's do it right. Let's do it the right way. Let's do it the right way. Thank you, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Visit the web page. Visit the t-shirt store, and then I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Maybe even tomorrow, because I'm uploading I'm starting to upload video. I'm gonna start uploading videos in between the lives. Okay. Yeah. Now that my time is a little freer. Okay, guys. Stay positive. See you later.